Hello, 大家好，欢迎回到外面看中国，我是安博然。Hey, you guys, welcome back to Reports on China. I'm Andy Borham. Today, I just want to use a really quick example to show you guys just how misinformed you can become if you rely on so-called China experts in the West who don't know Mandarin Chinese. Let's get reporting. Hey, you guys, welcome back. So today, I want to show you guys a really simple example of how misinformed readers in the West can become about China if they rely on so-called China experts who obviously and clearly don't understand Mandarin Chinese. It's a difficult language. You really need to understand the nuances to really clearly understand what's being said. Case in point, yesterday I posted this picture of a former it's still a nucleic acid testing site, but they've put up these signs here which say 非必要不做核酸. It just basically means if you don't really need to, don't do a nucleic acid test. It's not required anymore under the new guidelines for COVID-19 here in China. Here it says 回家不用核酸. You don't need to have a test result to go home. 公交不用核酸. You don't need a test result for using public transport. And 不离汉不核酸. If you don't want to leave Wuhan, you don't need a test either. Now, the thing that really threw people is this last part here. Now, I started getting comments before I read it to you, before I tell you what it means. I started getting comments from people on Twitter saying, I think it's fake because of the last sentence. The last sentence sounds really harsh. I don't think it's real. Now, keep in mind, these are pro-China followers of mine. So I couldn't get it. I was like, what do you mean the last sentence sounds fake? It could be fake. It doesn't sound real, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll explain. So first, I'll tell you basically what it means. It says here, 不要做核酸, 不能做核酸. You don't need to and you can't do a test. 一做核酸就混管, 混管养了就麻烦. Now that means if you do a test, it will be in a mixed tube. Now in many places in China, they'll do one tube with 10 people's results. So they'll swab your mouth, put it in the tube, next person, put it in the tube. So as soon as one person is positive, the whole 10 are going to need to retest because the whole batch just comes up positive and they don't know who it was, who was positive. So that's what that means. The second line here, 混管养了就麻烦. Which is basically what I explained. If there's a positive result in the mixed batch, the mixed tube, it's going to be very troublesome. Now, I still couldn't get why people were saying they think that's fake. To me, it's a fairly normal sign, nothing fake about it. Until somebody asked, can you tell us what it means for the non-Mandarin speakers? And then somebody posted this, which is obviously a automatic translation using an app, which I assume, well, it has to be what many so-called China experts in the West will use who don't understand Mandarin. Now, a lot of this is bad. It says, not necessary, no nucleic acid. Well, that's wrong. I won't explain why. It's not important. Go home without nucleic acid, bus nucleic acid, han bu nucleic acid. Doesn't make sense. But anyway, comes to the last part, which they said must be fake because of the last sentence. It says, if you mix positive tubes, you will be in trouble. You will be in trouble. Now, this is obviously a very wrong translation, which comes from using some of the correct translations of the words, but you need to understand the language to know why. So this is why a lot of people said to me, Andy, I think it's fake. They were saying, I don't think anyone's going to be in trouble if they test positive for COVID, because that's what it says. If you mix positive tubes, you will be in trouble. So the first thing people go to is this draconian, authoritarian aspect of China, which I assume is what so-called Western China experts would do if they translated this in the same way, which is very dangerous. Now, I'll tell you what it means. The key here is the last word, 麻烦. 麻烦. It means a hassle, I guess. One of the correct translations is trouble. Trouble, because trouble has multiple meanings in English as well. You're in trouble. The teacher said you're in trouble. That means you're in trouble with the teacher. You're going to be told off, or you're in trouble with the police. You're going to be punished. But trouble also has another meaning in English, which is why this was translated wrong. It also means a hassle. It's a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. That's what 麻烦 means. So basically these two lines coming together is kind of put together like a kind of a cutesy rhyme to make it a little less formal. It says 一做核酸就混管 混完养了就麻烦. So it kind of rhymes. But 麻烦 here just means a lot of trouble. If you put it in the same tube and someone is positive, it's going to be a lot of trouble because all of the 10 people are going to need to retest. So yeah, basically, you guys, this is or could be why so many Western media reports on China are so negative, because what they're doing is translating Chinese. For example, here we have some signs put up. They're translating it the wrong way because they don't understand the nuances of the language, which is a big issue. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that short example. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.